Hi, I'm Perry from Unga Guitars and the Unga School of Guitar Making here. Got my bang build. What I've done here is I've routed my roundover into the top and into the back. So you can do your roundover at any time. In the past, I used to do the roundover on the body right after I cut the profile and shaped it. Um, what I found was not necessarily an issue, but it led to making the neck pocket a little tricky to route, being that the roundover was here, and aesthetically, I didn't like the way it looked. Um, I like the way there's like a little scoop coming into the neck pocket, and so I decided to change the order of when I would route the roundover into the body to when I'm putting all the body routes in, and after I've routed the neck pocket. Um, I do keep on making the same mistake. And so I make mistakes. I've been doing this for 20 some years and I still make mistakes, and I want to share that with you. Um, I always put this screw way too close to the edge here, and I don't know why. It's one of those things that I look at it from the top, I guess, and I say, "Oh yeah, that's a good amount of space," and then I forget that I'm going to put a round over here. So my option to fixing this is going to be to plug it or to look at my bushing and see how it's going to be affected. Now I'm going to be doing multiple colors on this body, one of them being an opaque color. So if I plug this, it's going to hide just fine. My other option when plugging and I don't want to see it is to make actually a plate. Um, and I might do that on this guitar. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made a decision on that part of the design. So when doing your roundovers, one tip that I have is on the end grain. I didn't blow this out too bad, but the bottom side there's a kind of a lot of blowout, and you'll get that on the end grain. The end grain is basically going to be on the end of the guitar. So in this area and in this area, and then these exposed areas as well. These are also end grain. Um, my tip for avoiding that amount of blowout, because that will have to get sanded out, is to take baby steps. So most roundover bits come in a set, and I found that sometimes when I route a big roundover, I look at it and I'm not sure about it. So what I do is I start with the small one and I'll route one side and I'll look at it and I'll feel it, and I'll go ahead and route the other side and see how I like it. And if it suits my needs, then I'll leave it there. But if I want to see a bigger roundover, then I'll go the next step up and the next step up. You can always route more off, especially if you have a set of roundover bits. You can't put it back on as easily. Um, and so I learned that. I learned that the hard way, and looking at the way, just design aspects and how things felt. The other pointer that I have is if you're going to put your jack on the, looking at the wrong end of it. So I've got my jack located here. If you're going to put your jack on the side of the guitar here, don't do it before you route the roundover. Route the roundover first. If you route this hole, the bearing is going to fall right into that hole, and you're going to end up with a nice big dip here that's going to be really tricky to remove cleanly. And how do I know that? I made that mistake plenty of times. So with your roundovers, take baby steps. Pay attention to where you're starting and stopping. So for instance, right here, I started right here and I ended right here because I know I have all this dug out. Like I said, I still make mistakes. If you can see here, there's a nice little gouge from where I forgot that I had carved all of this out to fit up against my body, and my bearing ate into here. Now, this is still really rough, and I'm still gonna be refining this, so it's okay in this instance. But had this been a really smooth cut already, and I already had this surface to where I wanted it, that'd be a pain in the ass to remove. You know, so you really want to just be aware of your surfaces and how you're coming into the router. But so I use a router table. I really prefer a router table. If you don't have a router table, handheld router is just fine. The bigger the router you can get for doing roundovers, the better. Most of the bits you're going to get are going to be a 1/2 inch shank versus a 1/4 inch shank. And a 1/2 inch shank is going to give you a lot more stability. When routing your roundovers, there's a bunch of different styles. You can get on a number of websites and see what roundover bits are available. But I wanted to share that with you in the process of doing this bang build, my kit build that I offer. So I'm Perry from Unga Guitars and Unga School of Guitar Making. I look forward to seeing you next time.